Hello, and welcome back to a Project Management Whisper. My name is Dr. T. Wu, CEO PMO Advisory. Today I'd like to focus on a particular issue in project management. And this is really a difficult place for project manager because sometimes they have to stand alone and in isolation. So what happened? Let's say you're a project manager of a fairly large project and you have to make some tough decisions. And your team members, especially core team members, and maybe sometimes even your sponsors, may have different views on how to best resolve that set of trade-off decisions. And yet, based on your experience, based on your knowledge, you believe the direction should be something else. That happens, especially on tough problems when there are not a lot of data or the data itself is messy. So there isn't a clear solution to the problem. But project managers inevitably still have to make the decision. And of course, get the support of the sponsor, even if the sponsor at the beginning didn't really agree with the project manager. But this is when project managers can feel rather isolated. There are many choices in my career that I made on project. Some of them are right, some of them are wrong. And sometimes I could be the only person against my entire team. Not that their advice and inputs and recommendations aren't useful, but as a project manager, you're one of the few people who can see the project holistically across a broad range of issues, risks, and other dependent activities. So my advice for project manager who are leading, obviously in these cases, pretty complex initiatives, don't be afraid. You are not alone. And you're not going to get everything right. If you don't get everything right, make sure your reason is based on sound judgment, supportable by as much objective data and information as possible. So it should be a fact-driven decision, not based on your emotion. And if you continuously make these tough decisions, you're likely to make more of them right than wrong. Obviously, future is not preordained. You will not know until at some point in the future that you make the optimal set of decisions. But I see time and time again, organizations prefer people who can make that decision, be decisive as needed, of course based on data analysis and recommendation from the team. The reason being simple, because the opposite of not making that decision, opposite of fear of being isolated and apply groupthink, is continuously making the wrong choices, continuously not taking the risk. And of course, in the worst case, if there's a paralysis of analysis, not making decision on large project with big burn rate is like making a decision. So don't be afraid to stand alone. Don't be afraid to make decisions that may not be popular, but make sure it is based on as good reasoning, good data, facts as possible. And then try to get everybody to see your view. Thank you very much.